everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my glute day. The first thing I've been doing recently is a little bit of a cardio warm-up up to 10 minutes. Now the real work starts. First of all, you have a tricep and you are going to do it 3 times. The first exercise is an elevated sumo deadlift using a heavy kettlebell or a dumbbell if you like. The reason you're elevated is so that you can get really deep. If you do it on the floor, you'll find your weight will hit the floor before you hit your full range. Very importantly, you are going to hip hinge, finding a stretch in your hamstrings, and you're going to drive your knees wide, which will help activate your glutes. And then you're really going to focus on pushing into your heels and squeezing your butt as hard as you can as you come up. Other important factors are to keep your chest open and your shoulders down your back. That will help keep your back really straight when you stick your butt backwards. Your second exercise of the tricep is a Curtsey lunge. This is a lunge that goes both back and sideways so that you create a twist and a stretch up the side of the leg and up into the side of the hip and the glutes. When you feel this stretch, this is also what is going to contract on your way up. So you want to focus on squeezing your glutes, driving your hips back to the start position with most of your weight in your heels. You do 20 reps. You can do them alternating or not. Once you have completed your 3 sets of the tricep, you are going to move on to a side leg press. Ideally, use the machine that is most comfortable for you to do these. So I prefer using the lying leg press or the plate loaded leg press, but this is the one that was available at the time, and I apologize for this weird camera angle as well. I didn't realize it would look this strange. But you want to be almost on your side completely, and then find an angle of your foot that feels like you get the best engagement in your outer glute. So not looking for the under butt area. This one I'm looking to feel it as much as possible in the abductors or the outside of the hip. I found that actually towards the end of my sets, like my 3rd and 4th sets, even though it was harder because I was tired, my depth was better and I felt my position and my the contact in that part of my glutes was better because I'd got myself into a better position. So don't be afraid to play around, put your foot at a slightly different angle with each set, but make sure you go as low as you bloody can. And 12 to 15 reps. You shouldn't really be able to do any more reps after that. It should be pretty knackering. The next exercise is also a single leg exercise, and this is a balance lunge or a reverse lunge on a TRX. You can just do a reverse lunge if you don't have a TRX in your gym. The reason that I like this is because I feel this very deep in the glutes, like it feels to me like it is right in there. I focus on going as far back as possible, so really sticking my butt out. So that is why I don't look like I am particularly upright. That is where I feel both the biggest stretch and therefore the biggest contraction when I come up. So I really try and exaggerate my hip movement as much as possible. If you are new to these, you can hold on to something to help with your balance, but because this has that stability aspect, you will fire up lots more of those small muscle fibers in your glutes because your glutes basically do a hell of a lot of hip stability. So including balance work in your program is a really good idea. You can put weight on these, and I think I potentially should have done because I am kind of used to doing them body weight now. But 3 sets of 15, by the end your glutes burn. Like this is 100% a big burner. Your next exercise is dead simple. You're using the hip abduction machine and you are going to go heavy. I want it to be light enough, however, that you can hit that end range. And when you're at that end range, you're squeezing your glutes as hard as you can, almost trying to force your knees wider so that you could get your hips underneath. I don't think you should hover and push out with the weight of your legs. Instead, imagine you're trying to sit up even taller because your hips are trying to come through and you're trying to get hip extension whilst you are doing this. So I am actually touching my butt during a lot of this exercise to focus on where I want to squeeze, and when I feel like I can't go any further, I'm pushing to get an extra inch or two so that I have an even bigger and better contraction. Your last exercise, or my last exercise, is an oldie but a goodie. You're going to do a cable kickback. I did mine kneeling because I actually just find I can focus more on the working glute rather than focusing on balancing, or my standing glute always just seems to start burning from stabilizing as well. So this, I felt like I could go a little heavier than normal, and oh my god, this one really hurt because I was dying and I probably went too heavy. But try it on a box or a bench and see what you think. It means that you don't have to bend your knee on the way in. It just means you can keep your working leg really straight. And that was the final exercise before I did a little bit of stretching. My stretches recently haven't been particularly exciting. I simply do downward dog, really forcing my hips high and my heels very low. I find the longer I hold that, the more of a stretch I get, i.e. not just hamstrings and calves, it comes all the way up into my glutes. Then I do a pigeon. This is my favourite glute stretch. So this whole clip was actually almost 10 minutes long, so I really was holding my stretches for a long time. I would love to be able to do the splits, so I'm doing a split stretch at the end of every single workout now. I feel like I'm low to the floor, but from this clip, I'm not at all. So I just do that on both sides. My right is my horrible side, and then I think I do an inner thigh stretch, and then also just another hamstring stretch. When I think about this, I need to stretch my hip flexors a lot more. But that's all I did on this day. And then a quick update on the food diary. I'm still food prepping a lot, lots of sweet potato and broccoli, and then normally either chicken or turkey sausages. I've been really hungry so far this week in the evenings. On Monday night, we made absolutely amazing burgers. Most evenings this week as well, so it is now Wednesday. Oh, that's not that many evenings, Helen. But so on both Monday and Tuesday, the biscuits came out, like any treats, Nutella, everything. I've just wanted sugar. So the thing I want to work on most is actually sleeping more so that I don't crave like the sugary, energy filled foods, because I know that that's my downfall. I normally would rather eat savory food to sweet food, so I know when I'm craving Nutella and Oreos and that kind of stuff that it's because I'm tired. So that is my food update. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've made it all the way until the end, please leave me a comment telling me what your favourite glute exercise is, because I would love to switch up my routine so that I don't always just go to my go-to exercises. Thank you so much for watching, and again, thank you if you made it all the way to the end. And I will see you in my next video, and until then, stay happy and healthy. Bye!